Hello, ladies. It is April the 24th. My name is Alicia, and I am a holistic health coach who supports women in creating lives that feel sustainable, nourishing, and grounded. Today, we are discussing when kindness turns into expectation. I came across a story recently. It was about a man who had been giving a coworker rides to work every morning. Rain, snow, and cold mornings when most people would rather stay in bed. At first, it was only supposed to be for a couple of weeks, just until that coworker could figure things out. But the weeks turned into months, and every morning that man showed up. He never asked for gas money, even when prices went up. If the coworker overslept, was running late, or forgot his lunch, he waited. Sometimes he even covered for him at work. There were days when money was tight, and instead of buying his usual coffee, he made sure he had enough gas in the tank so he could still pick him up. He didn't have to do any of this. He did it because he knew what it felt like to go through hard times, and the coworker reminded him of someone he cared about. But over time, something changed. The gratitude slowly disappeared. Thank you turned into silence. What began as kindness started to be treated like a guarantee, like something owed. Then one night, the man giving the ride sent a message. His wife had to go to the hospital for emergency testing the next morning, and he had just found out. He wanted to let the coworker know he wouldn't be able to pick him up. And the response came back, "Why are you telling me this with such short notice? Do you know how expensive it is to get a ride that early in the morning?" No concern, no question about the man's wife. No, I hope everything is okay. Just inconvenience and frustration. At this point in the story, all I could think about is how sometimes people can become so used to receiving that they forget about the person giving. Later that night, the man who was giving the rides heard from the coworker. He texted and asked him, was he coming to pick him up the next day? Still, no question about how the wife was doing or acknowledgement of what had happened. And when the man giving the rides texted back and said no, the response was disbelief. The coworker wrote, "How could you do this to me?" That story stuck with me because it reflects something we see more often than we would like to admit. When kindness becomes routine, it can quietly turn into expectation. And expectation, when it's not grounded in gratitude, can become entitlement. It becomes easy to focus only on what we receive, the ride, the favor, the help, or the support, without remembering the person behind the effort, without remembering that someone chose to show up, not because they had to, but because they cared. Gratitude keeps generosity alive. Without it, generosity slowly disappears because kindness cannot survive long when it is taken for granted. We all need help at times. We all lean on people. There's no shame in that. But there's a difference between receiving help and expecting it, between appreciating someone and assuming they will always be there. Sometimes the real test of character isn't how we help others. It's how we respond when someone helps us. Do we remember their humanity? Do we care about what they're going through? Do we acknowledge the effort? Or do we only notice when the help stops? So maybe this week the question isn't whether people are showing up for us. Maybe the question is, am I honoring the people who have shown up for me? Because kindness should never feel like an obligation. and gratitude should never be an afterthought. If you're navigating your own relationship with food, body, or health, and you would like to learn more about the Empower Her journey or join my free private Facebook group, you can find the information in the links below. And I'll see you next week right here for Real Talk Friday.